Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Today we have a pretty interesting topic. We're going to be talking about housing today. Just so you guys are 100% prepared, we're about to see some bullshit. So, the reason this video even came to me, I install security systems in people's houses, right? So, while I do that, there's a lot of different places and types of people that I see. And for the most part, it's chill, good vibes. And I get to talk to a lot of really wealthy people, which is a good thing, right? The bad thing is, I started to realize that, damn, this is not as easy as it used to be. The other day I had a customer and her father in the 1950s or something like that purchased a building in New York City in Manhattan, right? Costed him 60 bands. That same building today is worth 5 or 6 million, something of that nature. And it had me thinking, we don't have a chance. The price of things is astronomically inflated. And how is, for example, a 24-year-old college kid supposed to make it straight out of college? And school is at an all-time high as well. So where are you supposed to get this money from? I think the plan is you're not supposed to get it, and you're supposed to just subscribe to the buy now, pay later Klarna type thing where you really don't have the money, but you can pay for whatever you need anyway, so that you're always relying on the system. If you're relying on the system, they get to siphon your money. Your money goes to them first, and then it comes to you once you start paying them off, right? Which is an unfortunate thing, but it all makes sense because we can keep going on. We got 50-year mortgages coming out. That's literally more than half of the average life expectancy. I think it's 75 years or something of that nature. And you're supposed to be paying off a home for 50. What the fuck? With that being said, there's no better time than now to show you guys some of the listings that I was seeing when I was doing my search. Listing number one bedroom, one bath, $400,000. Take a look. All jokes aside, this is the first listing that I seen when I hit search. Swear to God. Now, you might think I'm just cherry picking, but I'm really not. This is what I'm getting in my area or near me. The quality of the houses, maybe I'm spoiled, the spoiled brat, but look at this shit, bro. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna put a couple more listings up on screen. One from New York, two from other places, randomly picked, and we're gonna talk about them in a little bit after. Take a look at this. I want to give you guys the opportunity to guess where this one is from before we move on to the next two. Here's number two, and here's number three. So I kind of give you guys an easy way out with the sound effects, right? But clearly, the first house is from New York. The second house is actually from Virginia, which isn't too far. The third house is from Texas. I do think it's extremely sad that I'm essentially being priced out of my own city because I'm not buying that shit. I'm looking at these houses crazy. Why would I spend my money on that when I can go somewhere else and get something 10x the value? You feel me? And I love this place. I don't want to leave, but you have to weigh the pros and cons out, and at this point you have to. You have to make the conscious decision to tell yourself, I can't do this. I'm not going to sit here and buy something that's worth $100,000, possibly two, instead of just going somewhere else and getting a finished product for the same exact price. Because if I was to buy right one of those houses, I'd have to put so much money into it. It'd be the same as me just buying a house somewhere else. So after all that being said, I want to talk about what we can do to possibly afford the houses that we want in a reasonable manner without just upping and leaving the area and going somewhere else. Because realistically, that's not what everyone wants to do. We don't always want to leave our family behind, or maybe we have a good work opportunity. A bunch of different reasons. The list could go on forever. The first method, and I see this a lot while I'm working, I think it's really a good thing to be honest with you, especially if you can get a good group of people. This is going to be, I'm going to say house pooling or getting roommates, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to say house pooling. Sounds better. I like that term. House pooling is you and a bunch of either family members, friends, or random people who just come together and live in the house and you all pay for it. I see this so much when I'm working, and I think to myself, damn, this is kind of a good idea. Everyone got their own space. It's not as bad as it may seem. Granted, having your own space or less people in your home is definitely more of the time is better than it is not. But if you got to fuck it out for a while and you guys buy up a couple of houses because you're taking the time to just thug it out, two to a room, so be it. It's not forever. It will allow you also to get a house quicker than the other method, which is the 30, 50-year mortgage. Right? I think that method is so cool as well because I feel like it fills an extremely present void that we have in society today where people are extremely split up, whether that be because of social media, the mindset that,
Yo, go make some money. Go grind. Go stack paper. Go into monk mode for 30 months and never come out until you're successful. Go stack $1 million.
and to be honest with you guys, I think that is the best method. You buy it quicker. While you buy it, there's going to be some fun times just because of the amount of people you're living with. The consistency is not going to be there, but I think that's the beauty in it, you know? The only other method that I can really think of off the top is going into monk mode, saving as much bread as you can for as much time as you can, and then either buying it in cash or putting a large down payment on, or a large down payment down, sorry. And that is going to strictly depend on the area you're in as well. So for me, I think those methods are going to apply. For some other people, you could probably buy a house on your own if you wanted to. And if you get a partner, or once again, if you get some roommates or house pool, it's going to be even easier for you guys to buy a couple of homes or a home in general. Because a house for 300,000 in Long Island is not the same as it is in Texas. Texas, from what I was seeing, at least the quick search, 10x the value easily. And I think it's worth actually paying that money for that property, right? But beyond that, I think it's a little annoying how people older than us or the older generation will say, "Oh, you guys don't want to work for anything," but some things just aren't worth working for, and I'm not willing to do it. And you shouldn't be willing to do it either. We shouldn't be getting fucked over by the people who are older than us just because they had more time to accumulate wealth or even stuff that was passed down. Whereas, if, for example, like me, we don't have that opportunity to have things passed down or buy something relatively easily. We have to go and grind our asses off for it, which would have taken them and will take us a quarter or half of our lifetime. That's crazy to think about, right? When you could do something in a decade, it now will take a quarter or half of your life. And even if that was the case, to where we were going to sit there and actually put the time in and grind to own an asset such as a house, the quality should be there. It should be high quality. And it's just crazy to see that the market isn't giving us that. I do believe it is a sign of the times because if you look around across the board, subscriptions or streaming services, sorry, all time high. The product has, in my opinion, gotten worse. There's less stuff that is good, more stuff that is just mediocre. And most of the reason people switched over to streaming services was because of how convenient it was. But now there's so many ads, it's damn near more expensive, depending on how many services you have, that there really isn't a point to ever have switched over. I mean, at the time there was, but now not anymore. We got the same thing with cars. Cars are so expensive right now. It's worth just keeping something extremely old and sticking with that until it breaks down. Especially because, as a younger guy, the insurance rate on a new car is ridiculous, bro. I know a guy that's paying 1,000 a month for leasing his car and the insurance. Like altogether, it's 1,000 a month. That's crazy. It's actually crazy to think about. But nonetheless, I do appreciate you guys for watching. And yeah, that's the housing topic that I wanted to talk about. Hope you enjoyed it, got some value out of it. Keep your head up. Good times will come. Hopefully, what the future holds for all of us will be good, and we'll be in a better place eventually. Without further ado, peace.